running a mile. It was fine. Yeah, now I need motivation. Now when I wake up, I need like an hour and a half of life before I could even be like, all right, let's start the day.
I don't know. I'm a fast waker upper. It looks like I'm loud. I don't know. We'll figure it out. You guys let us know how the sound is.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, I'm a fast waker upper. I wake up and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get to the day. Ready to take that shit. You know, ready to put on my shoes. Ready to run in space. Like, it's like
like me and my wife became, or wife, I say wife, you know, we're just boyfriend and girlfriend, right? Just a 16-year boyfriend and girlfriend. Like there's no wedding rings or anything. But we became parents and we're like, oh, we're gonna be adults now. But we still like to stay up late and sleep in late. So like she can wake up and be like 7:30. I gotta get the kids to school in 15 minutes, and she can be out the door. And I'm like, cool. I'm gonna sleep in later because I don't want to do that. You know, like I just don't get how people can do that. Wake up, alert, I'm ready. And
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. I don't have it. I don't have
That's
it.
me. And like Delane, she's like fucking super tired and lazy, and then like has like his 47 alarms. I'm like, no, I love your 47 alarms. You sleep through all of them, you know. Go ahead, keep them going.
The
Anyways,
third, I have three, and the third one is different from the first two, and I only hear the third one, and I wonder why do I have the other two? It doesn't matter. It's motivation, right? Because the first one is when I'm like supposed to wake up, and then the third one's like, hey, you're running late. So I always wake up to the hey, you're running late, and it feels good.
yeah.
Oh, it feels good.
Anyways, welcome to the Friday Fallout, everybody. As you notice, Anthony is still taking a sabbatical. He's healing up on stuff, you know, doing his thing, all that, you know. And Snorkel's no longer on the show, so there's that. But yeah, so it's me and Sue Rug now. It's your two dads. This is like what it would be like if you guys voted for Peter Buttigieg or whatever. You know, this is the America you're getting now. This is the Friday Fallout you're getting now. Come on, let's kiss to it, Rug.
Come on. Don't. You're gonna thin my hair. Too much stress. Too much stress. Gentle, gentle, gentle.
It's all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your beef with boomers, man? You know, boomers made this technology, right? For us to do this, it was boomers' fault of the YouTube. What's your beef with boomers, man?
I don't think so. I don't think it was boomers, dude. I think it was what's that guy Chef Boyardee made this, you know?
No, Tipper Gore. Tipper Gore. And she
Yeah.
censored all of it.
Yeah. Well, if Tipper Gore was still around, you wouldn't be able to have that picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger half naked like that. You know what I mean?
This?
Oh,
This
Jesus
one?
Christ.
Oh, sorry. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Who knows? Who knows? It's the
Yeah.
mystery of the computers.
Yeah. Yeah, so welcome to the Friday Fallout, and then there's chat. People are talking. Zurug's talking. I'm in my front yard. So, yeah.
I like your front yard. You've really done a number on it.
Yeah. I got a satellite dish. I
Yeah,
don't
but
have the receiver for it, but I put up the satellite dish.
I'm just glad you got rid of the little tykes, like little car, because I'm like, there's no little tykes in there. What's the car for? And it was so sun stained, and just
Yeah.
I'm happy it's gone. It really livens up the place.
Yeah. So yeah, in chat people are asking, he didn't quit, did he? No, we decided that going forward, it would be me and Suruk, and then while Anthony is taking his break, recharging his creative juices, then Anthony will be back. But you know, for now, you just get us. That's it. You know, there's no refunds. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do here. This is Amazon. This is Timu Baba, and there's no refunds. You've already worn the underwear. They don't fit. They're kind of scratchy, but this is what you're getting. All right, I'm sorry. That's
Our
it.
customer service email is gonna do a kickback and say it doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
right?
You guys should have been. You guys should have been worried when our email was customerservice@yahoo.com. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like to like the FridayFallout.com. You know.
Yeah, there's your sign. There's your
Yeah.
sign. Why is Snorkel gone? Who knows? But what matters is we're here. And my week? Oh, you want to know about my week?
Oh
so
yeah, how
glad
was
you
your week?
asked. Oh man, what a week in the sewers. You know, I things happen throughout the week, right? And people get tired and stuff like that. I was going to a vacant house today, ready and prepared to do my normal business, number 2 business, and the seller happened to be there, and she happened to be a religious woman. So my body was in like it's time to dump mode, and she was like, it's time to talk about God. And I was like, same thing, but we could do this. And so instead of like having a vacant house to poop in, I had to talk to her for like 15 minutes. And then I go downstairs in the basement. I'm like, don't join me. I have basement stuff to do. I didn't poop in her basement by any means, but I really had to pee at least, right? Kind of.
So you peed in her basement?
So I peed in her basement, and it's an unfinished basement, meaning there's no like bathrooms or carpet, or it's just concrete and pipes and stuff. But there is a floor drain for the water heater,
Shut
and
the
I
fuck up.
stood up and peed in those floor drains before in the past, and I know what that could be like. So I decided to just lay on my side and just kind of pee out the side there and just into the floor drain in her basement. And then I went and did my job, and then I went to leave, and she's like, God bless. And I'm like, bye. So
So
that's
she didn't
some,
even know you peed in her basement?
she doesn't know. She'll never know. Because of people like in V8, I have to vape in people's houses now. It's like a thing. He wouldn't get off the phone one time, so I was like, all right, I'm just going to go in and vape and do my job and talk to you. And so I bring this with me now. And so, yeah, if anything smells, it smells like vanilla. Sorry, your basement smells like vanilla. What a curse. Oh, I did an inspection yesterday, and it was a cop's house, and I was in his basement, and I'm moving bags and stuff, and I had this in my mouth, and I just did one little like that, just one while I was doing my job, and then I go upstairs to the Ring doorbell or to like pack up most of my stuff, and then on the Ring doorbell he's like, "Can I get your name?" And I was like, "Hello, Ring. What?" He's like, "Can I get your name?" And I was like, "I'm the sewer inspector." He's like, "No, I need your name." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "What were you doing in my basement? Were you smoking a cigarette?" I was like, "No, I have an inhaler, sir. I'm sorry. But I just did a sewer inspection, you know." And he's like, "I had you on camera." And I was like, "Okay, great." You know, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Sewer guy. Bye." So, yeah, this cop was trying to chase me down because I was vaping in his basement.
He's gonna report you to your boss.
Yeah, yeah. Call the company. Tell them I'm an asshole. Get me fired. Get me fired, please. I want to be fired. So that's been my week. Like I've been making tasty foods, but also I've been doing a lot of sewer stuff and getting caught on camera. So hey, when you're selling your house, put a camera up. You don't know who's vaping in there.
It's crazy that, like, and don't get me wrong, like, I see in chat Shay says like she has cameras all throughout her basement and stuff too, and like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, is that something that people do, put them like everywhere in the house? Because like we have cameras, but it's only like outside in like the common area, right? So like front
Right.
door, back door, and like downstairs. But like I don't know, I feel like that would be weird to have them like in every room. And I'm not judging you, Shay, you fucking voyeur or whatever it is. But like,
My thing is I move awkwardly, right? When I'm not like if I know I'm not being seen, I do awkward movements. Like if I'm going to grab a soda, I blame my brother for this. This is how my brother holds his sodas and drinks them, with the wrists just like soft and bent, and he does this. So I don't do this necessarily with my drinks, but I'm like, why? And he would fix his glasses and then they do this, and I just get mad. So I do awkward movements. I'd hate to be on camera in my own house and someone watching me being like, look at that dummy. Because can't you just like Wi-Fi into someone's ring? Like, can't you? Isn't it like a?
yeah.
Is that
And
a
so
thing?
yeah, and that's if it's internet enabled, like it's not that hard to break into someone's cameras. You know what I mean? To like view that stuff. And so I don't know. Maybe if like maybe I should put cameras in the room. Make some money on the side. But
Hey, hey,
no.
hey.
But, yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Okay, so Shay, it makes me feel bad almost. Says she has a disabled son, so she has to watch things. Okay, I get it. Like, you actually have a
That makes sense.
reason. You make my joke bad. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
No, safety first. My kids aren't disabled, but I don't want to see them on camera either. Like, what am I gonna do? Catch them picking their nose? I don't want to see that. If
Yeah.
you break into my house, good for you. Take what you want.
Take
Front and
all
back
the
door.
sewer pipes you want.
Front door and back door unlocked all day long. Same with the cars. Have at it. Have a blast.
Yeah. So we'll get to chat here in a second, but I actually have something to talk about this week. It's work adjacent, but not work related. So I live right up the street from where I work. And so anyways, this customer call. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so I got my scooter. We always make fun of me for and stuff. And I ride it to work. You know what I mean? And I stay on the sidewalks and all that stuff because if you're gonna hit someone that's on a big ass motorcycle, you're probably gonna hit me. So anyways, I got clipped on my way to work earlier this week, and the lady wasn't gonna stop or anything. But the fun part is like to make myself sound even more lame, I wear like the full face helmet, you know what I mean? And then I have a camera on the front because if I get hit by a BMW, I don't want to go to work ever again. You know what I mean? But,
So wait, you got clipped and she didn't even slow down, brake, or anything?
Until I started yelling at her. And the fun thing is I have it on video for you guys, and I'll show you guys here in a second. But yeah, so when I go to work, I cut through this park because there's this trail thing, and it goes like literally all the way to my job. I only have to cross, one street. That's it. All two streets if you're counting me going to the park. And so it's pretty safe, I guess, you know, to be, you know, a middle-aged man on a scooter, you know. Fun part is, though, is I didn't do vape reviews before I rode a scooter, so I'm a little bit cooler than the people you know already. So anyways, I have the video right here, and I'll put it up for you guys right now.
There it is.
Yeah, so now the video's down, but you got to catch up because, you know, you got to watch it on there.
Yeah. Jesus. Just. She has no qualms with just cruising, just like, yep, I got him. That's fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, you can't see it as good, so now I've adjusted my camera. But when I was coming up there, like, usually no one ever pulls out of that fucking 7-Eleven either. You know what I mean? And, like, so, like, whatever. So I'm looking, and as you saw in the before, like, if I pass, like, a parking lot or something, you know, I look, you know, to make sure nobody's fucking coming, you know. And most of the time people see me, and they won't fucking keep pulling out. This fucking lady wasn't paying attention at all. She was just looking to the left the whole fucking time. Like, on all that stuff. Yeah. And so, anyways, as you see in the video, she clipped me, and I'm like, the sound's all durable, so I'll try to make it sound like it did. You know, and then so fucking, okay. I yelled at her, and then, like, she probably would have kept going, and then, like, so I flipped her off. You know, I checked the scooter first. There was no damage or anything. And so I had today off of work. So I was going into work actually early that day, and I was like, well, fuck, it's like, do I go talk to her about this, or, you know what I mean, and then have to come in later on a Saturday and work longer, or do I just go to work? So I was like, fuck it, I just go to work. So I checked the scooter and stuff later on. There was like a tire mark on the side, but like the way my scooter's built, it's got fucking like steel bars on the side of it. So she just hit that and it pushed me, you know. So she didn't like run me over or anything. It's not as dramatic as, you know, the effect I'd probably want.
Do you think she had a purpose? Like, hey, the bingo at Sam's Town is about to shut down, or like the all-you-eat buffet is about to roll out. Like, I need to be somewhere. Or do you think she was...
I don't think so. Like, she just looked like she didn't even look that old. There wasn't even that old of a person. Probably close to my age. You know, I'm like, what, 38? Like, I'd say somewhere around that range. Just wasn't paying a fucking attention, man. And, like, I know it's hard to tell in the video and stuff, but, like, it was strong enough that, like, you know, you would have known that you hit something. You know what I mean? Like, it was that, you know, and all that shit. So, it's funny, too, because, like, you know, it sounded extra cool. I watch those videos of people on the motorcycles, and then like they kick off someone's window, or they kick off someone's or kick off their mirror and all that stuff.
Mirror, yeah.
Yeah, and so anyways, I bought a pocket knife, you know, for like work, but it has that little glass breaker on the end, you know. And I was like, one of these days I'm gonna pull up next to a Nissan Sentra and they're gonna hit me, and I'm gonna be, yeah, you know. And be
do you know,
cool.
Because the universe always has 18 sides to it, do you think she's somewhere right now talking to a friend and say, this asshole cut me off on the scooter and I should have ran him over? Do you think she's justified?
Maybe. And that's the thing is, like, until I yelled at her, she didn't really stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or anything. Yeah. She might, and here's the thing, in Vegas, it's very common. We're a 24-hour city. You know, people get off work at like 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, you know, or they're fucking getting drunk or blitzed, you know. I used to be a guy that'd come home fucking drunk at 7 in the morning, but I'd be in the back of an Uber, you know what I mean? So, like, you never know. You never know. Could have been high, could have been drunk. I don't know. But, yeah.
Vegas, the city that never sleeps. Vegas, the Big Apple. I know.
I think it's called Sleepless in Seattle. That's the name of that movie.
Whatever. It's close enough, man.
Yeah.
It's close. Well, I'm glad you survived the week. Did you twist an ankle?
No, and that's the thing, is like, you know, as someone that can embellish a good story, you know, I can't embellish that one much. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I already showed you guys the proof. So if I ever said, like, yeah, she was going like 80, you know, and all that stuff, you guys would be like, shut the fuck up, pussy. Like, you know, it wasn't that bad.
Did she have any recognizable features, like maybe a strap on her
no, she was wearing her seatbelt, so at least she was safe.
Okay.
Lenny in the chat says she was on another podcast right now talking about it.
That's what I'm saying. She's out there being like, this jerk on his scooter, He must have been like 6'5", just barreling down the street 100 miles an hour, just telling stories, stories about you.
Yeah, she's on one of those mommy podcasts, like, and yeah. So, anyways, these kids, because you can't tell how old I am with the helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, this tattooed fucking white guy on a scooter. You know, yeah, because you can't see my mustache, so she definitely knew I was white at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's hit up chat real quick, and then we'll do the rundown.
Yeah. What do they got?
Ern says, is the first one here, says, "Welp, I'm known to come quickly. Not surprised I'm first here." Ern, they make a pill for that. I've seen plenty of Hims ads. They have chews, you know, so you could choose the chews.
Look at the ceiling. Bite your tongue. There's rules.
Yeah, think about baseball, and then if you go faster, that's in a whole nother talk. When Keith Shine is here, he said, "What's up, y'all? I had another damn soldier surgery this morning, so he's not feeling great. Fuck those pills. All I need is some good tree." Kentucky, at this point, man, you got to get that metal arm, like the fucking, like the Winter Soldier from Marvel, or what's that guy, the black boxer guy from Mortal Kombat? I can't remember his name. Jax.
Oh, Jax.
Yeah. And then that way, when you like do your beer reviews, you can be like, "Argh!" and smash them or something.
And just squeeze the can with your metal arm.
I'll give this a 3 out of 10.
Crunch. Yeah.
Then maybe you get an attachment where it's like a beer inside your arm. You be like,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Ben is here. Says, "Yo, hope you have a speedy recovery. Have a speedy Wintuckery. Speedy recovery, Wintucky."
Oh, shit.
Sorry, I listened to Eminem earlier this week. Let's see.
Me too.
Dirtle King says, "Ern has prematureness problems." What's up, Dirtle King? I don't think I've ever seen you before. And is your profile picture a frog or a turtle? I'm guessing turtle because the dirtle.
It's probably a dirtle.
Yeah.
It's probably a dirtle if you think about it.
Gotcha. Paul Coles here says, "Man, done finally done running around. I guess I'm just anorexic tonight. I'm reading everything backwards."
Yeah, no, semisonic. I get it.
Yeah. I had my doctor's appointment today for it's the pre-check or the orientation, I guess, for the Magic School busting my asshole in a couple weeks. So after I came home, the appointment was like 1:30. I'm like, this is gonna take forever. I was out there at like 1:35, so I came home and I was like, I could take a nap. And then like the alarm goes off. You gotta do the show, you fat fuck. And I'm like, oh god damn it. Anyways.
Wait, what is the pre-check entail? Is it like a tapered metal ball, and they're like just make a noise when we hit?
Make sure it goes in. Yeah. Actually, the lady
then,
was very nice. Her knuckles weren't that hairy. No, I'm kidding.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes a difference. Because
No, it was. Well, let's do the chat first, and then I'll talk about it.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. Let's see. Ben's here. He says, "I was gonna type that, but I feel like typing it out." I guess he's thinking $6 million man. Yeah. Let's see. Ern says, "Kentucky, my stepfather had both shoulders rebuilt, major hardware, and holding shit together. You'll feel a lot better in no time." Delaney's here. Says something about I didn't know over the pants handy was extra. Yeah, it's extra because like, what if like you don't wash your jeans? You know what I mean? And then they got the like from the last time you didn't wash them, and so when you go to rub on them, they got that scratchy feeling. You know what I mean? Because that stuff dried on it. You know, you guys figure it out.
Yeah, science.
Yeah, of course Shay's here, and she says, "Oh my God, vandals outside my sister's house. Your sister's a very nice lady. That's how I got her the satellite dish. Don't worry about it." Colorado is here. What's up, Colorado? Lenny Davis is here. Let's see. Ben says vandals coming to us from his front yard. Yeah. Ern's crying about Anthony, saying he said he was just gonna get some milk, Dad.
Oh, Dad.
Yeah.
Where could you be?
Yeah. Anthony just going through some health stuff right now. I'm not gonna give you guys too much details, but if you want to tell him you love him, he'd appreciate it. But he needs to do a lot of sleeping, so he's not.
Yeah, I was gonna be like Anthony, Kentucky, Bionic Man, but that's a reference that we're too young to understand. So
I've never heard of those words used ever until just now.
So I'm just gonna leave that for Anthony. Anthony, I'm thinking of you. Bionic Man, Kentucky, he's $1 million man. Here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shay says, "I'd be scared to randomly pee in people's basements because she has all the cameras in there." So you laid on the ground, right? To
That's
like
the
pee
thing.
sideways?
If I was on Shay's camera doing that, I was laying down sideways. Yeah, just peeing into the. So like, if I was on that Jesus lady's camera, like she's like, "What is he doing?" And I'd be like, "I'm checking the code date on the water heater." No, I'm peeing in the floor. Because if you stand up and pee in the floor drain, it splatters everywhere. So I've done that, and then the subfloor was wood, so it left pee spots all over the wood, and no matter how you wipe, pee spots stay. So when you got to go, you got to go. But I was expecting to get, but then after that, I had to drive an hour and a half to my next job, and then 2 hours home, and then I finally got to.
So
and
you
then,
would do that instead of just asking to use their bathroom?
It's a weird thing to go, hey, I'm a stranger in your house wearing these gloves, because I show up gloved up, right? I show up stretching the gloves, like ready to go, and then going, let me pee in your peace palace, you know? Like it's their possession. It's just, you sneak it. You don't ask.
Okay.
You ask forgiveness, not permission.
Okay, I don't know. I don't agree with half of that, but I take a shit at someone's house. You know what I mean? Like, nice place, motherfucker. I'd be like Rick James, you know?
I have Schrodinger's cat syndrome, or whatever it's called, where you ring the bell. Every time I walk into a stranger's house, I get the sensation that I have to pee.
Maybe that's like never mind. We'll get into. I'll save that for something else. Jay's here. What's up, Jay? Let's see.
I don't have
Mallory
problems,
Gates is
Brandon.
here. I'm the same way, Sewer Rug, with something extra. If you catch me, if I catch you in my house stealing, doesn't mean you're walking out. So Mallory's got cameras too.
I'm
Apparently.
not stealing. I'm gifting. I'm not taking anything. I don't steal people's properties. I gift my urine or poop. That's it. I won't take from people. That's wrong. That's wrong. I got a moral compass, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. Jay says, "Roll on the ground and yell, ouch, my back." Yeah, I would be like that movie be like that scene from that movie. What the fuck movie was that? Friday, I think it was. He's like, my neck and my back. But I'll settle this for a couple of 40s. You know what I mean? But I don't drink anymore, so it'd be like 2 Slurpees.
I need a backyard. Yeah.
No, I didn't get her info. Delaine's right, because I thought it was enough to get it in the camera, her license plate. And then when I looked at the video after the fact, I'm like, oh, you can't really see anything. You know? So there's that. Lenny wants some French fries. You're making Lenny hungry. Oh, Vegas, do you ever run into Black Doug? I don't know what that means.
Black Doug. Black Doug.
I don't know.
Remember there was 2 Dougs?
No.
He was the wrong Doug. Wrong Doug.
Like on the Doug TV cartoon?
No, it was absolutely the movie.
I think the black guy was named Skeeter.
Yeah. Skeet skeet. Yeah, the whole time. I get it. I get it.
Kentucky says, as long as I'm out of pain, you can have my whole arm. But, like, not WH, like, whole. Like, there's a hole in it. Like a
Hole.
glory hole.
Oh, Kentucky's arm. I see.
Yeah. Wait a second. Never mind. I'm good at that. Jay says, let's see. Oh, Mark says, get better, Kentucky. I'll be there in 2 weeks myself. Oh, your dad's getting a robotic arm, I guess.
Yeah. Again. He's got to do it again.
He's going to be like, hell yeah, check out how I turn on gut filled.
Yeah. And he's going to vape like this.
Oh, is your dad vape too?
Yeah, he vapes. He does this.
Oh.
Yeah, congrats, Mark. He's not fucking smoking cigarettes anymore. He's doing one of these.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Mark.
Way to go. Get that blood pressure down. Mark? Dad? Mark?
Yeah. Jay says, were you laying like Arnold Suey when you were peeing in the drain?
No, I was I wish I could. I was completely sideways, just, hanging out, just ripping it. It was good. I survived.
Jay says Suey lays down to pee.
True feminine style. I lay down to pee.
Paul Cole says, Easel the crackhead, Mike Epps was Black Duck in Hangover. Oh! Man, I haven't thought about that movie in a long time.
Hangover, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a reference.
Let's see. Mark says, Kentucky, my 3rd surgery, now it's reversed. So wait, you got the sex change and now you're getting changed back. Is that what's going on? I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's going on here. I'm just assuming.
For that.
Yeah.
There's games for that.
Kentucky says, Mark turns on gut filled like I do with the clicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys, I don't know if you guys are old enough. Remember those remotes when you push it and the other button would go back up after you pushed it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had the TV that when you would change the channels on the knob, it would
click, click, click. Yeah. You have to go to channel 13 to get everything after 13.
Yeah. And it was fuzzy. But if you move the antennas right, you might see squiggly lines that look like boobs. And you're like, here we go. Whoa, it's game on. That's what we need.
And then Ern says, "You bless the house with a golden anointment." So yeah, there you go. Poop sui.
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a gift. Okay,
Yeah.
I won't take them. Karma's a motherfucker, dude. I don't want to play that game.
All
Don't
right,
wanna
I'm
play
gonna
that
run the rub down and then we'll get into it.
Please.
All right, so tonight we do have a few things planned for you guys. Sui's gonna do his version of a Rotten Pizza review. After that, I've got a long story short. I don't think I told you guys, and if I told you guys, guess what? You're hearing it anyways, because that's how it goes around here.
Weird.
So he's gonna do a little guitar history for you guys. You guys are gonna learn how to shred or something. But I like shredded cheese, so hopefully there's some cheese in it. I've got a new segment called Squatters. We'll get into that, and then you'll see why it's called that. And at the end, it's boat parts, you guys' favorite. And then I photoshopped it and made it so that you guys see everything. It's gonna be a nice show. It's gonna be a nice, easy show. Yeah. So, anyways,
Roll that beautiful bean footage. I did just like him.
yeah, it's like he's here. All right, bumpers down. Also, welcome V8, you piece of shit.
Yay. Okay, you guys. So this week, I wanted to review a movie that I actually found mildly entertaining, and it's mostly because of nostalgia. What it was Happy Gilmore 2. All right. I watched it. I watched the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, and what I gained from it was some of those involuntary laughs, not the like big guffaw, like ha ha. Just every once in a while, I got like a okay, I get it, stuff. So for me, that's a lot.
That's
hard for me-
middle-aged man like hilarity.
Yeah. I was enthralled, enthused. I was like, this is amazing, and my facial expression was, that was pretty good. Yeah. So if you watched the first one back in '96, you're gonna love this one. The cast, he's bringing people back, and everyone's getting their part and doing their thing. All his old crew, kind of. And anyone that wasn't part of his old crew, he kind of just brought SNL players, right, in the mix. And the SNL cast is like, it's an homage to him being on SNL. So I get the reference there. And there was some, it's an Adam Sandler movie. He's got like a 7 movie deal with Netflix that he's like more than halfway through. I'm fucking proud of him. He's almost done. But this was one of them he did, and I actually enjoyed it. So it was worth sitting through. A lot of it was groaning, kind of suffering, like I know what's going to happen next. But some of it was spontaneous and quite charming and fun. You got to see some old people that were in the original. Like I said, I don't want to give away names, but there's some people that it's good. It's good.
Well, I know that they had like the Shooter McGavin original in it because they're doing the Subway commercials now and everything and all that stuff. I haven't seen it yet, but
Shooter instead of Jared, it's a better promo. It works a lot better for Subway. But yeah, Shooter got to do his thing. If you ever watch the show Shameless, Carl from Shameless is in it. He's pretty good in it too. He's kind of funny, but it was definitely something that I'm glad I got over, that I got through, that I made it. I was like, this is 2 hours? Fuck, here we go. Because who can sit for 2 hours anymore? TikTok attention, am I right? But either way, no boobies. And so if I have to give it a number, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10?
Slightly pleasant, slightly charming, and not the worst thing I've seen. But, I mean, it's just 20 years ago, comedies used to fucking rule the screen, and then after like COVID and stuff, it's not a thing anymore. People are just pumping out shit every week. So instead of like taking time and crafting a movie, they're just pumping out shit. This guy wears sweatpants all day long. I don't think he's gonna care, but he actually put in effort and made it like a heartwarming family and middle-aged. The middle-age references were great. I love that. So 6 out of 10.
Yeah. All right. We do have a question in the chat. When Chucky asks, "Hey, is Bob Barker at Super Rug?"
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, because like we all know that he passed away. So is it like the Tupac thing? Oh wait, never mind. You don't want to spoil it, I guess.
I'm not spoiling it, but yeah. And then there's other people too, and it makes it worth watching. Like I said, there were some moments where I got a little bit of palpitations. Like my heart was raised a little bit, you know, like I was like, oh, I can't go to bed like this. So yeah, it was. I finished it. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like you'll stick around. There's some lulls, but you'll stick around and you'll finish it, and you'll be like, all right, fuck yeah, that's an Adam Sandler movie. You know, like
So is
what
his
we.
girlfriend from the show, from the first one, in it again? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, and she's carrying the bruise and got the lingerie on, you know, in this happy place, and it's a whole thing. It's
all
a
right,
whole thing. Yeah. There's some funny comedians in it, old school comedians. There's just it's worth watching.
all
It's
right.
worth yeah.
Yeah.
6 out of
I've
10.
seen like a million ads for it. I just haven't got around to it. It's like, you could be like the new Anthony. Like, you're gonna tell me about something, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'll put it on my list. You know where my list
Yeah.
is? Nowhere. I don't have a
Okay,
list.
well grab from that list because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix and you have Netflix. So just Netflix it. Just
Only thing I watch on Netflix is Breaking Bad 3,000 times in a row. You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
yo, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Bitch, Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
That's why Jesse Pinkman, right? Bitch.
Oh, that was good. I was doing
Yeah.
the chicken guy.
Can you
Yeah.
tell? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't deal with junkies. My face got exploded. See, I'm pretty good at impressions. Yeah.
That was believable. I believed that.
When Tucky says Bob came back, Colorado saying it's all in the hips, but he's kind of yelling it,
Mhm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's in it too. That's in it too.
Oh, excuse me.
So yeah, that's my Rotten Pizza review. Happy Gilmore 2, worth a watch. You will be slightly disappointed, but entertained at the same time. that's what I got. That's
All
the
right,
truth.
so it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I made a bumper for it because I thought we had one, and I guess we didn't have one. But yeah, long story short, bumpers up. And then I made that bumper with Shay in mind because she's always doing the loading screen whenever I talk because she's rude, So I
Wow.
put the clocks.
I'm not going to be rude, but while you're doing your show, Lenny, chicky nuggies, All right, so
I want Wendy's so bad now that you're getting Wendy's. So.
chicky nuggies.
Wait, what are you dipping it in?
What?
What are you dipping them in?
Mayonnaise?
All right. Anyways, so as you guys know, a long time ago, I used to live in a little town called Pahrump. It's right outside of Vegas. It's kind of like our. It's kind of like what I don't know. I've lived other places. I don't remember. Like what's a shitty like comparison? It's like Cincinnati and an Akron or something. Like I don't know. Anyways, it's a small podunk town. Pahrump. Disney made fun of it, and then like Pahrump tried to sue them, and all that stuff. All that stuff. Anyways, basically back when I lived out there, if you had a trailer that was on the ground, you were high class. You know what I mean? Like you were high class. Like, oh, you're not gonna blow away when it's windy. Anyways, I've told you guys about my older brother. He was a drug dealer and a piece of shit. He got me falsely arrested for a while because he used my identity and stuff. But anyways, long story short, I said the name of the movie. Jay says Aura, Colorado. So yeah. Anyway, so I guess that's a comparison. So wait, wouldn't it be like Boulder? No, because Boulder's nice, right? I don't know. Anyways.
I don't know the rules.
Yeah, I don't know these rules. So anyways, we lived out there, and I was like middle school time, right? And like my older brother, he was a piece of shit. He's selling drugs. He's also like a crackhead and all that stuff. Charlie. And like he had like Spun tattooed on his arm, but he did it himself with like a CD player motor, and all that. So, but anyways, of course he worked construction because like that's all you can do is work construction if you're a crackhead, and shit like that. So anyways, I remember it was like middle school-ish. It was like the end of middle school, beginning of high school. It was like 8th to like 9th grade time. So anyways, I used to have to walk to the bus, ride the bus to school, and there was this girl that just lived another street over. Her name was I don't want to do names actually because like these are innocent people. But anyways, I had like a crush on her, because like it's a small town and like I'm the only one that's not related to everyone else. So like I figured that would be like a choice thing. So anyways, this girl, we used to wait at the bus, and talk to each other and stuff and be friendly and all this. And so anyways, she, her dad owned a construction company, and so they'd work on stuff, they'd build houses or they'd put siding on your trailer, and shit like that. So anyways, somehow my older brother ended up, getting a job with her dad, and like her dad's married, mom and dad thing, and they had a trailer on the ground, that was successful. Ern says facts. Was a crackhead carpenter for 20 years. Yeah. So Anyways, eventually Charlie got a job with her dad, you know, and all that stuff. And I was thinking to myself back then, like, oh, this is cool. Maybe I'll be able to hang out more. You know what I mean? You know, that whole thing. I wasn't like skeezy, but you know, there's a teenage boy crush kind of thing with this girl.
Yeah.
So, anyways, after they were working together for like a good like 6-7 months, you know, and like don't get me wrong, as much as my brother's a piece of shit, he was a decent like construction worker. But
Yeah.
when you're on fucking drugs and you're high, of course you're gonna work real fast. You know what I mean? You're gonna fucking build shit, you know, and all that stuff. And every so often, you know, in like the summers and shit like that, I would go help out, you know, and I'd get paid like $10 an hour to get shot at with a nail gun. You know, it wasn't bad compared to a lot of other things, you know. So whatever. So anyways, there'd be a lot of times where like, you know, this guy had like his stuff at their house, like, you know, their work trailers, and he had like a shed with their tools and all that stuff. And somehow, some fucking way, Charlie worked his way into banging this guy's wife, this girl's mom, you know, and all that stuff on the side. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't know, like, you know, there's that whole thing where like girls will, or women, girls, whatever, would be like, oh yeah, you know, the crazy guys or the dirty guys, the trashy guys. I guess it's like right. But Charlie was like meth mouth. You know what I mean? He was scrawny as shit. He was a fucking illiterate. You know what I mean? He's a drug guy, you know, and all this stuff. Had like the big old cavity in the center of his front teeth, you know, and his teeth were gross. Motherfucker
teeth.
hasn't brushed his teeth since like, you know, the Big Wheel was released. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shit like that. So anyways, he ended up banging this guy's wife, you know, while still working for him on the side, keeping it on the down low. And of course, I knew about it because he was a fucking dumbass and he would brag about it, you know, around us, you know, me and my younger brother and stuff.
Would you tell him to stop? You're like, I'm dealing with a forced hangout with his daughter, and I'm trying to, you know, captivate her. Can you back off the mom?
Yeah, so I brought it up once, and I'm like, you're gonna ruin everything, you know,
Yeah, right?
and all that stuff.
What is he saying? Is he out there like, he pays me, she lays me, it's a family affair?
Basically,
like,
yeah, like that's you know, you've been around right trash people, you know how it goes. So anyways, that was going on and all that stuff, you know. And then so like they somehow they kept it on the down low. No one fucking like, at least like besides us, like knew, you know. And I'm like, to me it was pretty fucking obvious. Like, why is the wife of the guy you work for calling you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know. Anyways, like, you know, it wasn't like your situation where she needed her pipes cleaned. You know what I mean? But I guess she was getting them cleaned, I guess. So anyways, you know, what's going on. And so my mom's name was Deborah, right? And so was this lady's name. So I guess I'm going to drop some names or whatever. And so, like, this fucking dumb fucking... And so, you know, this goes on for a while. You know, they're banging on the side. He's working for him. And, like, the guy would be like, oh, Charlie's not that bad of a guy, you know? And I'm like... You know, you sure about that?
Really?
You sure about that? You know, so anyways...
it works
you know,
for
and
you, huh?
Yeah, and, like, don't get me wrong, like... There was a point where I liked my brother, but it was a long time before this. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I hope he kicks your fucking ass, you know, and all that shit.
Yeah.
So anyways, go on for a long time, you know, banging each other in the silence, you know, and the, you know, back behind like trailers, whatever it was. And then you want to know how like he fucking exposed himself and then he got caught? So, like I said, my mom's name is Deborah, so what's her name? So Charlie decides to go get Deborah tattooed across his fucking neck.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's so fucking bad. So he, like, you know, so he's begging her, you know, and all this stuff, and is on the secret, you know, and they could have got away with it or whatever. It wasn't for these meddling kids and shit. So Charlie's a dumb fuck and gets fucking Deborah tattooed across his fucking throat, you know, and like I said, my mom's name's Deborah, so like his excuse was, and so like he came home with it, you know, and I'm like, don't you think that, you know, and I was like 14, but I was fucking stupid, and I was like, hey, don't you think that's a bad idea? You know what I mean? Like, you know, get the guy's wife's name that you're banging across your neck, you know, and all. Well, no, if anyone asks, it's mom's name, you know, I got mom's name. I was like, all right, man, but people usually don't get their mom's name tattooed across their fucking throat. You know what I mean?
Mom.
Yeah, mom.
Right?
What would you get?
Yeah, they normally get mom with the heart, not.
Yeah, you know, like
not,
the
hey,
fucking.
Guess what? I'm fucking your wife. Thanks for the work, bud.
Yeah.
God,
So yeah, he comes home. That's all there. And so, yeah, so I was like, okay, whatever, you know. So obviously, like, you know, next day he goes to work or whatever and all that stuff. And, you know, obviously shit starts fucking falling apart. Ern says, of course he didn't. V8 says crackhead logic. Yeah, man, that's all it is. He's never been smart. He never will be fucking smart. You know, so anyways. goes to work, you know, in like a couple days, nothing, you know, and then eventually, you know, come up showing to work with Deborah, and he's like, I'm guessing he's like, I was on the job site and all that stuff, but I'm guessing he was like, oh, Charlie got Deborah tattooed on his neck, and then my wife's name's Deborah, and then she calls him and talks to him sometimes. You know, I guess, you know, he wasn't an idiot. He ran a business, but then again, you know, whatever. So all that happened. So anyways, found out. So anyways, next thing you know, this guy, you know, he's a construction guy, but it's like those, like the movies with The Rock, where The Rock goes to a small white town, and then the white guy's got friends that are willing to like beat shit out of people for, you know, to back people up and stuff, you know, and all that. And so they find out eventually, you know, put 2 and 2 together. So now Charlie's acting like he's like fucking, you know, what you call it, Paul Walker running from the cops. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta hide. You can't tell him I was here, you know, and all this shit. You know, and this guy's like driving around town in his big ass dually 4-door fucking Eddie Bauer truck, you know, with the equivalent of what a Trump sticker would be, you know.
Packed with friends?
Yeah, packed with friends and shit. Running around looking for him. And of course, you know, this puts tension between me and his daughter, which I thought was cute at the time, you know? And so, like, she stops talking to me completely. It's like, your brother's fucking my mom, you know? And I'm like, you know what? That's fair. You know, I understand. You know, okay. I guess I'll stand 10 feet away at the bus stop from now on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and all that stuff. So, Jay, family. You know, so, yeah. But, like, that's the worst part. Like, my older brother probably, like, don't get me wrong. If someone, like, was bigger than me, bullying me and my brother, he wasn't a good fighter. You know, he'd fight, but he wasn't a good fighter. And so I guess he had my back on some things, but still, he was such a piece of shit that I was like, I don't have your back on anything. You know what I mean? Like,
you put yourself in this hole. I'm just watching it.
Yeah. You know, like, I don't want anything to do with this. So anyways, I'd be at the bus stop, you know, and they'd be looking for Charlie and stuff. And I'd be standing there, you know, and I'd have, like, my fucking Discman and shit, you know, and all that stuff. And I'd be standing there, and they'd, like, pull up. He'd be like, out the window, hey, Chris, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going? You know, I'm all embarrassed and shit for him. You know, he's like, seen your brother? I'm like, I had seen that piece of shit. And he's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, no problem. You call him a piece of shit, we're good. You know,
yeah.
See eye to eye. So anyways.
Yeah, I won't kill you, kid. Yeah, you're
fine. Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool. I'm cool. I'm good in the hood. What's up? No, I didn't say the word, but you know what I mean. Oh. But like, you know, I felt like I was cool. I felt like I was a part of the side that wanted to kick his ass. Because guess what? I used to love kicking the shit out of Charlie. He was like 5, 6, 7 years older than me, and I'd still kick his ass all the time. You know, he's a fucking pussy. He's a crybaby. So anyways, you know, eventually, and then so, like, Deborah decided, like, she would, like, move out from her family and live with Charlie for a little bit and all that stuff. Yeah. So they got this huge fight and all this stuff, and, like, I don't know what it is. And like I said, I get it, like, that bad boy thing or whatever, but it's like the Timuest fucking bad boy. Like, this a Pahrump bad boy. You know what I mean?
Let's say, did he give her like the Pahrump pump? And she's like, I'm hooked. This is great. This is the best.
Pahrump. Yeah.
Pahrump.
Yeah. So for a little bit there, they were like living together, you know, and all this stuff. And this guy's just trying to get his family together and all that, you know, and like, so that girl would talk to me and at school, at the bus stop, all that anymore. And so at that time, I wasn't like into like school event stuff, but like there was this thing where there was like hey, after school, this one other kid I went to school with is like, hey, we're gonna plan for this school event thing. Everyone come to my house after and all that stuff, and we'll all get together and do that. Have a good night, Kentucky. Hope your shoulder feels good. And yeah, they were doing this thing at this kid's house, right? Like, hey, we're gonna do this event thing, and like we're gonna plan it. Anyone's welcome to come. And I was like, okay, I'll be a part of stuff, you know? And I go there, and then she's there, and they're like, she starts freaking out because I'm there. And I'm like, was it me banging your mom? You know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, you got to leave. She's not, you know, and all that. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know. So then I had to skateboard halfway across town after skateboarding halfway across town, you know? And we're talking like dirt rock roads with gravel sprayed on, not gravel, but tar, like sprayed on top of it, you know? So I'm like, trying to skateboard and stuff. I didn't know any tricks, you know, so I just looked like a fucking loser. But yeah, so eventually, you know, she came, you know, to her senses. And as far as I know, because, like, you know, after this point, I was like, this is too much drama for, I'm not even having sex with this lady, and I'm dealing with this drama, you know, it's not worth it, you know, and all that stuff. And then Charlie, you know, I told him to fuck off, get out of my life and all this. This is before he stole my identity and got me arrested for a while and all that stuff. So, you know, it's always a good time. But yeah, so eventually she ended up getting back with him, you know, and all that stuff. And I don't know if it's happily ever after, Like I said, you know, it's a weird place. You know, it's a weird thing to do. It's like you getting caught vaping in that guy's house. You're not gonna go back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also not me breaking up a family so I can have a puff, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fucking wild, dude. Kudos to Charlie. He could build a house, he could build a Deborah, you know?
Yeah.
Like, way to go.
Hey, I guess you got to break someone else's house down before you build a new one. So.
Like, I'm just picturing it. This is 90s, right? And so that
Early
Deborah,
2000s.
2000s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
So that Deborah on his neck, she's just like, oh, he's the one.
I don't, and that's the thing is like I remember when she like sneak over to pick him up, you know, and all that stuff, and
'Cause he
I didn't really
have a
talk
ride,
to her
right?
that much, you know, because like as far as I remember, she was a nice lady, you know, and stuff, but like I didn't spend a lot of time hanging out with like a girl I had a crush on parents, you know what I mean? That's an awkward situation. But like
I
the
didn't
few
consider
times,
that. She was probably like 20 years older than him, right?
I would say probably like at least like 10 to 15, if
Yeah.
not more. You know, like it's like she wasn't like a bad looking lady or anything, and I'm not like judging her for her looks or anything. But it's like, what's that lady that actress that was in all the movies in the '90s with the brown hair, and she was always like the can't remember her fucking name.
The
God,
mom? Was she
she's
always
like-
the mom?
She's like a mom, or she was always like the girlfriend, and like these movies. I think she did
Yeah.
one with fuck, what's that movie? Double Jeopardy. I think.
Yeah,
What's-
I don't know that one. It's Helen Hunt, though.
I know it was Helen Hunt. It was definitely
on.
more of a brunette lady. Anyways, that's why I'm just trying to give her a comparison so you guys have an idea. But yeah, and so you know they and eventually, you know, it doesn't work out. You know what I mean? An affair in Pahrump. You know what I mean? With a tweaker. I just didn't see
mean,
it going anywhere. You know, and guess what? It didn't.
Her husband being like, my hands are so tired, honey. I'm keeping your trailer up off the ground. You know, this is real work. And she's like, you're just not fun anymore. And he's like, I'm just working so hard. And she's like, he's got the right here on the neck, you know?
Yeah, you bought me a trailer and all that stuff, but you know, this isn't enough. Delane got her Ashley Judd. Yeah, Ashley
Oh, there
Judd.
you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
there's like kind of like that kind of vibe from her. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
But it's got to make you so mad because she's like, I'm going to go pick up a real man because he doesn't have a car.
yeah. He didn't drive. He didn't own a car. He was driving one of the guy's work trucks most of the time. Like,
Oh, fuck.
you know what I mean? Like, this guy didn't deserve any of it. You know what I mean? Like, he was a nice
Getting him
guy.
a job, honey. I'm just so tired, honey. I'm trying.
Yeah, I hired him so I wouldn't have to spend so much time away from you and the family. But now you're never home. Like,
Yeah, you're always on the phone or never home. What gives?
yeah. So yeah, and like eventually, obviously, it didn't work out. You know, the duplex in Pahrump wasn't enough for her and all that and all that. So, anyways, this dipshit still walking around with fucking Delane. You're not Ashley Judd. I don't know. But yeah, so. No, you know, still walk around, tattoo on his neck, you know, all that stuff, yeah. And then it's funny, like, you know, just a little continuation of this. Back when I was younger, in that same place, we had a neighbor, and I think his name was Rick, if I'm remembering right. And he had like a truck that was like, yeah, shut up, Delane. So like got her, you know, had that truck from like Back to the Future and all that stuff. Had a daughter that was my age, right? At that time.
Yeah.
And so anyways, me and her kind of like flirted around and stuff like that. And then after like, you know, years later, and that's when I found out he used my identity, I got falsely arrested. Well, I got arrested because he used my identity and it was out in Pahrump, and they let me go and they found out it was him. He was banging that guy's daughter and had a kid with her, the girl that I was flirting around with around my age. And then so like, just to show you how small town this fucking place was. You know, and I just remember like when the cop dropped me off and she comes out, like he comes out and he's like, "Oh, Chris," you know, all fucking 4 teeth fucking missing, you know, cavities and the ones that are remaining and all that. And then she walks out holding his baby. So he had a baby with her and all that stuff. So yeah.
I mean, there's 18 paths to take from there. I just don't know. I mean, you live Jerry Springer. You live the Jerry Springer life, you know? And
I've always thought Jerry Springer was boring because it wasn't like, it's like,
Yeah,
guess I had it in real life.
it's my neighbors. What are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyways, that was my long story short for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, V8 says if you can't keep it in your pants, keep it in the family. I guess. So.
I had a neighbor Rick as well. He drove his hog really fast down the street. But his proud point was Jurassic Park. The guy in the very beginning that gets his arm ripped off. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
him. No big deal, you know.
So
But
he probably lived off that forever.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He went to like the
It-
coffee shop, like, you know who I am?
If you drove the cul-de-sac, by the time you looped the cul-de-sac, he would have let you know. Hey, by the way, I was in Jurassic Park. You know the arm that got ripped? That was me. All right, come back. You know, just he was a guy. But my uncle was in the Jurassic Park too. Not him, but his amber. That was his amber with the mosquito in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. He's got a shed out in Quartzsite, Arizona that we go to, and we like. I got a rock that has seashells that are 75 million years old. This is a Jurassic Park reference, the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Wanted
Well,
to
we
keep
had a
it-
guy out here in Vegas before we got too big and everyone from like California moved out here. A guy had one of those Jurassic Park fucking Ford Explorers, you know?
Yeah.
And he'd always go to the Sonic by my work and he'd always be like, he'd always get like the smoothie or whatever and he'd stand out in front of it like,
Post up on it.
yeah, like, eh, eh. And I'm like,
You
this
know-
is 2017. There's been like
Yeah.
8 different movies since then, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah. We're
Yeah.
we're not getting the reference, man.
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
All right.
I think that, but hold on. I think that lean on the Jurassic Park thing, it has to be a territorial thing, right? Like if you're in a certain city, there should be certain things that you're referencing, you know? Like if you're in Miami, you should have like a Cubana sandwich and just post up and be like, Cubano? Pretty tasty, right?
I don't know if that's how it works, but I know with the Jurassic Park car, I think that there would have been like a gang war if another person pulled up, you know? You know, like, oh, yours? Do you have the horn? And it plays like the do, 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 do. Oh, wait, that's Star Wars or whatever. I don't know.
No.
Oh, no, I
that'd
think
be
it was Jurassic Park song. Yeah, anyways.
good.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
V8 says the guy that got his arm ripped off is Samuel Jackson. You're talking about the guy that was eaten from the waist down?
I don't, dude. I'm not Rick. You want me to go ask him? He's in Brea. I can go ask him.
He's actually
Yeah.
he's outside the shop right now. Like, hey, I heard you talking.
Hey, do you want to talk about Rick? Yeah, I know Jurassic Park.
No, it's one of the guys in the beginning that with the T-Rex and it goes through the gate. That's all I know. That's all I know. He didn't have.
What if he wasn't
Barbasol.
actually in the movie? He just had all this weird memorabilia, and he was trying to get you in a shed.
I should have asked him. No, he had a Hot Wheels collection. That's how he was trying to get me in the shed. He had
Yeah.
thousands of Hot Wheels. Yeah,
See,
that
that's
was-
creepy.
I didn't check it out, but I heard stories. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Or is your neighbor Samuel Jackson Lane S? I don't know.
I don't remember Rick driving a motorcycle like Samuel L. Jackson. I think he drove it like Rick. I think they were different people.
Wait, did Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson drive a motorcycle? I think you're
Haven't
thinking
you-
of Nick Cage in the movie, the one
Haven't
where
you
he's
ever
a
seen
skeleton.
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Ghost Rider, that one, yeah.
Yeah, haven't you ever seen Ghost Rider? That's Samuel L. Jackson on fire. His face is on fire.
Oh, okay.
Give or
Oh,
take. I don't.
V8 says, actually, it was a Raptor in a transport container that didn't lock in.
Oh my God! Go stand on the corner of La Brea and tell your tar pit stories. They all want to hear it. They all want to hear it.
All right.
Wendy's.
Yeah, I want Wendy's now. So we have Sewer Rug did a segment for you guys, and it's called Guitar History, and we made a bumper for it, and it's up right now. All right, Suey, what are you gonna history teach lesson us or whatever?
Look, I'm not going to teach you guys how to play guitar, okay?
Ah.
Not everyone wants to play guitar, all right? No one want. I just wanted to educate you all on the history of guitar, okay? Some people in chat might know, some people might not, all right? Was the first guitar made by ancient Greeks? Wrong. Was it invented during the Renaissance? Try again, all right? There's a lot of myths out there. Was it born in the fire and fury of the claws of a dinosaur with daddy issues? Probably. Probably. That's right. First guitar ever made. All right, we're getting historical here. But just so you understand, every week I'm going to bring you, or every time I do this, I'm going to bring you more information about the history of guitar. This is just the beginning. All right? Let's talk about Shredosaurus Rex. Shredosaurus Rex, that's what his name was. This guy was a fucking badass. All right? This was a dinosaur that when a lightning would strike a tree and the tree would catch on fire because they didn't know how to make fire, tiny little arms, he'd go out there and fart into the fire, right?
Oh,
This was the type of fucking dinosaur that would take rocks and file down his teeth to make him look sharper. This was the guy smashing little birds on his head to show you how badass he was. I'm talking about Shredosaurus Rex. All right, and one day, Shredosaurus was getting bored, and he fashioned himself an instrument. He took the hairs of a saber-toothed tiger, he took the rib cage of a velociraptor, and he made himself a dino guitar. All right, I'm not gonna. It's a real thing. All right, and he started strumming notes. He started shredding so hard that all of the land was whooped. Brontosaurus ladies were like dropping their skirts, like managers. The Velociraptor managers, the Tyrannosaurus managers were trying to sign him. They're like, we need you in, the Dino Pit's not doing so great anymore. If you could come down with your little axe there, we could get something going. His first concert was such a smash hit that people thought it was the Big Bang, right? That lava flow. That was just Tasty
I think that's
Lick.
three different things.
That was just Tasty Licks. All he was doing was providing heavy riffs, heavy shred for everybody to enjoy. Now, there's been, ideals of what he looked like in the past. I don't know what they all were, but I do know that this is a good imagery, right? This is more of a Shredzilla, though. He was Shredosaurus Rex. But basically, people have paid an homage to the originator. And some people will try to do a live reenactment of it, and really let you know what he's about. And I think that's great, but in reality, Shredosaurus Rex wrote some of the tastiest licks we will have ever never heard because it was prehistoric. It was back in time. So basically, yes, was the guitar invented? Absolutely. Was it before speaking humans? Of course.
Okay.
Was it made by guys with tiny arms? He hates tuning, but man, he could shred. Tuning is hard because you got to be up here and down here at the same time. But yeah, first guitar ever. Basically, once again, it's made out of bones and saber-tooth hair. So
wait,
yeah.
how did he put it together if his arms were too tiny?
One at a time. He would be on this side, then he'd shove it over, and then he'd work on this side, then he'd shove it
So
back.
it's like a hamster?
Don't question Shredosaurus Rex.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't call him the spirits, rock gods from all over. Lemmy has some sort of relation to him down the lineage. But yeah, it wasn't Gibson. It wasn't Epimaphone. It wasn't Dean Martinez. It was Shredosaurus Rex. That's basically where guitars came from. So before I end this very detailed, in-depth educational piece, does anyone in chat have any guitar history questions or facts they'd like me to spew? Or
While we wait for chat to drop any questions they might have, Shay says, Cuntosaurus Rex is my favorite dinosaur. Mallory says, Surug, you must have given nightmares to your preschool teachers.
I have no idea what she's referring to. This is about history. Okay, this is education, folks. It's gifted to you. Once again, I'm gifting, not urine, but I'm gifting knowledge. All right, this first guitar, made out of bone, made out of saber-tooth hair. Could you imagine what plucking that would sound like?
V8 says, I'm partial to Do You Thinkosaurus Rex? Jay says, that looks like Godzilla, so it's not really a T-Rex, because Godzilla's more of a lizard, right?
Right. So that doesn't count. This is Shreadzilla. This is a reference to Shredosaurus Rex. All right. This is the best I could find on the interwebs because it's been lost throughout times in sand. Right. The first mention of Shredosaurus Rex was carved into stone with the Bulbasaur tooth. And it's not here anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shay says, I thought Shredosaurus Rex was a skateboarder.
He shredded the gnar. Like I said, he was Jackass before Jackass was a thing. Lighting his farts on fire, going crazy. He was doing all sorts of wild animal things.
Mallory says, love the Licholotopus. Personally, is their favorite dinosaur. The Licholotopus.
Yeah, no, maybe in another generation of dino, but as far as I know, Shredosaurus Rex was the bad boy. He even had Deborah tattooed on his neck. He was the wildest of the wild boys. Is basically what was happening there. And,
Mark says Surug Songman 2000.
Songman
Ben says,
5000.
yeah, not quite 5,000, I guess. Ben says the Shredosaurus Rex actually Paul Gilbert.
Don't do that. Don't do that. He's trying to influence and say that it's someone else, but no, 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 no.
Isn't
Shredosaurus
Paul
Rex.
Gilbert the guy that did all those movies in the 90s with a voice like this? Or is that, never mind, it's Gilbert Gottlieb or whatever.
Godfrey? Yeah.
Yeah. Gilbert Gutfield.
Gutfield. Gilbert
Yeah.
Gutfield was a little different.
Yeah.
He was more like this, and that's not what Shredosaurus Rex sounds like.
So
Oh,
he was
okay.
Way different. Way different. Way different. I mean, yeah. You
Jay
could
wants
get
to know what came first now that you put that picture up. The acoustic or the electric guitar?
the Shredosaurus Rex guitar. It's made out of bone and hair. Figure it out. Why do you have to be so scientific with it? I mean, it's history, folks. Do you think he plugged that into an amplifier? No.
Well, there is electricity coming off of it in the picture.
This is a reference. Look at this. Bones. No electricity. Just rock. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. That's what we
Jay
got.
says, didn't Shredosaurus Rex invent the ukulele and not the guitar? But wouldn't that be the Rockosaurus Rex?
Dude, there was an upheaval of the ukuleles. These little fucking... Because these T-Rexes had tiny arms, they thought, oh, just shrink the Shredosaurus Rex thing that he made. This will be fine. We'll just shrink it down to fit us. And those guys were playing fucking Beatles songs in the dinosaur caves. No one wanted that. No one wanted that. So, you know, come on, get happy? No. The Carpenters? Absolutely not. Shredosaurus Rex would stomp on them. So,
Yeah.
truck the ukulele. That's my answer there. That's not
Yeah.
a real thing.
Jay says, short arms, man. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, basically.
So, would he wear like a spiked bracelet on his little arms, but it would be more like a sleeve because his arms are so small?
He was tatted, but he was
Oh,
tatted
okay.
out of blood of his enemies that he destroyed.
Gotcha. So,
Unfortunately.
if he were to say if Ceratosaurus Rex was alive today,
Yeah.
what would he play if they were doing Rock Band? Because it's so far away, he couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So if he wanted to play Fire and Flames on Expert, would he do the drums?
He did a lot more solos than you could imagine, okay? That he was
okay.
more of a lead guitar player, so keeping it up here, widdly wah, widdly wah, widdly wah, was his style. All right, he invented that. He created that.
Jay
Some of the
has
best-
a good question. He says, how could they have played, or how could they have sang Yellow Submarine when there were no submarines yet?
Did I say what Beatles song? Did I
Oh.
say, it was exactly Yellow Submarine? Did I say it was Strawberry Fields Forever? I didn't say what they were playing on the ukes. All I was saying is they were trying to defy Shredosaurus Rex, and they were losing because he's the best. Sorry. He invented it. I'm just trying to help people understand where guitars came from. All right? I'm just dropping some truth, and I just want people to know.
Paul Cole says banjo. That's it. No context, just banjo.
What? Why would he say that at a time like this? They're naming all these other stringed instruments that came millions of years after the Shredosaurus Rex guitar.
So the banjo wasn't around back then?
If you were doing a trumpet tribute and I said saxophone, wouldn't you feel a little embarrassed?
I guess. I don't know what the difference is.
Trumpet makes no sense.
But wouldn't a banjo make sense for his tiny arms?
No! That's a drum and a guitar put together. That was someone out of their gourd just going, I need rhythm and noise at the same time, and drums.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. V8 says he actually played the harp. You're wrong.
Who played the harp?
Shredosaurus Rex, I guess. I guess he was Harposaurus Harps.
I don't know why they would reference him in such style, though. I don't know why they would make pens about him. I don't know why they would do podcasts with him shredding if he didn't make a bone guitar. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know where V8's getting his sources from, but obviously not the same missionary that I go to. So kudos, you know.
So my question, my last question then is, Paul Cole says, what's music? My question is, if he was like playing his guitar, right, and he's about to put on a show for the Stegosauruses or whatever, right? Would he say, grab my boner? Because it was a bone guitar?
Shredosaurus Rex didn't need to tell people to grab his boner. They knew what to do.
Oh, okay. See, I never knew.
Bronchiosaurus Rex, the Bronchiosaurus, the long neck, huge fans of the Shredosaurus Rex. That's all I'm going to say. Okay?
V8 says if they use bones, a xylophone would make more sense.
You know what? It's like the xylophone lesson, V8. I didn't come here to teach you about xylophones. That wasn't the axe that Shredosaurus fused together. Okay, he didn't make a xylophone with different teeth. That doesn't make sense. Bad idea. Bad idea.
What's up, GT Twin Cam? Says, why is Vandal outside his trailer today? Whoever's sister in chat kicked me out, so I'm out here. And
Actually,
Delane,
yeah, I was gonna say your power went out, so you're using electricity from the neighbors. That's cool, though. I like that.
I'm waiting for him to leave so I can go plug in the extension cord. Let's see. Delane says, and they gave him that long neck. Oh, sorry for yelling. And that's, I also said that. Paul Cole says, they always jam in the boner garage. And then Shay says, the Broccolisaurus.
Broccolisaurus, a vegabore or whatever, a non-meat eating saurus.
Yeah.
A vegabore.
V8 says, rib bones, not teeth. Cone on. Be serious.
Cone on?
Yeah, cone on.
Cone off. Cone off, V8. Don't
Yeah.
you dare. Don't you dare. I'm done with it. I'm done with this lesson. Basically, I've taught you all I can. This has been my
Is that
time.
Lady Gaga?
This has been my time.
All right.
That's
We have
pretty-
something new for you guys. It's a segment called Squatters, and I made a bumper. It's about to play now. I did the really small text on that bumper. I was like, yeah, this is like a train spotting kind of movie or something, you know? And it has nothing to do with like train spotting.
Really
So-
gotta squint this one.
Yeah. Jay says Vagisaurus. Paul says
Dude.
herbivore.
If you guys have any guitar history related questions, please see Vandal after the show.
Don't do it. I won't respond. Ask Rick. I haven't opened one of his messages in 6 months. Anyways, I made it. I didn't make anything. I just copied stuff from the internet. You know, that's what I'm pretty good at. Anthony's our original guy. I know I'm so jealous right now. I could go for a Baconator. You know, your sewer rugs in the toilet realm. You know, we all use toilets. You know what I mean? You know, we voop. You know, we use our poop knives. You know, and then we flush our what you call it, wet wipes. You know what I mean? So it's something that we all do. You know.
No, we
it's-
don't. No, we don't.
part of
We
that.
follow Sewer Rug's advice and we don't do any of that.
Yeah. As he's holding up a Wendy's sandwich. Paul Cole says, damn, it was green there. What'd you eat? And then Jay says, Suey, is it bad if your toilet water is green? Oh, he's got a mouthful of meat. Sorry.
What are you saying about toilets now?
So anyways, I decided to compile a list of a compilation of toilets for you guys. Shay's right. Actually, I'm wrong. She said everyone uses toilets except for Suey, who lays down and pees in random holes. Yeah, so there's that. I guess I was wrong. I'm sorry. Paul says Vupasaurus Rex. Ern says they wouldn't call them flushable wipes if they weren't flushable. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Ern. I'm glad another person of class here. You know what I mean? But
wanna get
anyways,
into
I decided to compile a list, pictures of toilets, and see what you guys feel about them. See if they're ones that you guys would use. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up on screen for you now. And the first one we have for you guys is the SpongeBob toilet. So when it comes up, you guys will see it here in a moment. Sewer Rug, if you move slightly to the left, we can watch you eat your burger.
Good.
Ern says I flush my preparation H wipes.
Oh, God damn it.
So as you guys see here, sorry, go ahead. What you got?
No, that's not possible. I'm putting my burger down. That's not possible. Those fish are going to die. Even freshwater fish, they need pH balance. You put them in the tank, you flush the tank, fresh water comes in. They're getting no nutrients from that. This is wrong.
So you're saying the poop in the tank so that they get nutrients?
No, they make their own poop. I don't have to give them poop. I'm saying you flush the toilet, the fish get fresh water, everyone loses. This is horrible, Vandal. I thought this was going to be sweet, beautiful commodes. Instead, this is chaos. This is chaos.
So Shay says every time you flush, you kill a goldfish. Jay says, "Are you ready to poop?" Delane says it's a cool looking toilet. Let's see. Shay says every time you flush kill goldfish, and then V8 says, "Who shits in a pineapple after he pees? Drunk Bob, no pants."
Don't say that. Don't make it a cheerful song. This is wrong, people. I've been shrunken down to this state off of this first commode. I don't want to see any more. How many photos do you have?
Like 10.
I hate this.
Not that
I
many.
hate this.
Don't worry, we class it up a little bit. Ern says the fish would get flushed every time, so I gotta know in chat. You know, if you guys, say you hit the lottery and like you won't tell anyone, but there'll be signs. Would this be one of your signs?
Would not be my sign. I wouldn't have one of these in my house.
Delane says I really want the toilet tanks where the back is the sink that drains into the toilet. Ern says fish goes. Delane says, or a Thailand toilet with a butt hose. I think that's called the bidet.
I got one of those. No fish were harmed during my bidet. SpongeBob shit pants. This is
Paul
horrible.
says it's funny that the water we drink, fish can't even live in when it's both fresh water. All right. Shay says my bestie has a heated talking toilet. So when you take a poop, it's like good job. I guess that's what I'm guessing. I don't know.
How old is her buddy? 3?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. Way to poo. This one weighed 2 pounds. How does it know?
So this next one, I think you'll be more happy with because it fits into like your Pope COE mantra. But this one right here, you're gonna flush your confessionals. You know what I mean?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It's been 7 days since my last flush.
Forgive
What
me,
is this?
Father, for I have shit. No.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I've not wiped in 3 days. Let's see what we got here. I hope it perks me back up because this is, oh my God.
Ern says, yeah, but the fish are breathing the water, not drinking it. And that's a good point. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? What is this? This is. So, say 7 Hail Marys.
Your seven's pisses, I guess. But like, this looks like it's a legit toilet. Like, I think that this would be like real. You know what I mean? Like, it's got like the candle on the top for when you fucking stink it up. You know what I mean? One of the Jesus candles. You know, and all that.
Is classy. If you needed to hold a candle to find your way to the bathroom, that's what I would want to poop in. You know, if you had a candle on a plate and you had a little thumb, Ebenezer Scrooge style, that's what I would want to poop in.
Colorado says the sign says, it says, don't forget your poop knife. Shay says you can't open it all the way with the knob. Yeah, so you got shit at an angle.
I'm good at that. I'm good at angles, I promise you. You still haven't lifted me from the ground here, though. This is unholy sacrilege. This is rough.
Jay says there's shelf for your poop knife. Shay says, oh my God, what if you sat down with opening the lid and hit that knob? I mean, to be fair, what if the altar boys are at camp?
Yeah, little poops.
You know what I mean?
Little poops.
Yeah. And Paul says to Ern, they still swallow the water. Come on, man. I'm not a fishist. I don't know.
A fishist?
A fishist? Like a fishist, like a scientist about fish? I couldn't work at a pet land. That's all I know. V8 says, don't drink water. Fish fuck in there. And that's a good point.
Not in the water we drink.
Yeah. And then Colorado says you can open it with your butt cheeks. That's a good point, too. You know, there's a lot of functionality here.
No hands.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say no hands. You could be
like that song. Do it with no hands, and then you're pooping. I know that they said it was a poop knife holder, but I think that's more of a cup holder, you know, right there. Unless they're talking about that little thing on the bottom left, you know. And then let's see. Colorado says you go by your butt cheeks. Paul says fish gotta swim, people gotta voop. You know what I mean? Like, life is life. You know, you gotta do stuff. So anyways, up next I have for you guys is the Royale flush. I hope you like this one, Suey.
I hope so too. Is it fancy? Is it fit for a queen?
If bedazzled moms and Etsy moms got into making toilet seats, I think so.
Okay, this better be the most Ed Hardy thing I've ever seen because I really want it to shine. I want it to have an affliction logo on it for no reason. How bedazzled. Oh my God. Okay. Sit on that.
I'd be afraid to sit on this toilet personally. I feel like I'd just slip right off of it. All that epoxy.
Oh man.
Or do you sand it? You know what I mean? So you get some grip?
I wouldn't epoxy the top. I would leave it spiky. Motivation to get it done. You know, like if you had a spiky seat that was like that, you'd be like, it's pretty, and this shit is quick. You know, like you wouldn't linger. You wouldn't sit there and hide from your family.
Yeah, but would you call this one a full house, or what if you just dropped a couple of pairs?
I'd call it a sparkly mess.
Shay says, looks sticky. It does look sticky. Like the glare off the top of it. Like,
Just-
that epoxy has fucking smoker's patina. Like, Jay says, a royal flush for your royal voops. There you go. You know what I mean?
no one would actually do
Colorado
that.
says, I feel like I would have to cash out after I was done. I think you're making a deposit at this point.
Yeah. This is a quick drop.
I like how they put like 3 $1 bills in it, though.
Just out of everything you want to decorate in your house, you're like, you know what? My toilet needs an upgrade.
Oh, this
And I'm a big
reminds me of
boxy
like
dude.
how everyone's got that poker set with the chips that they never fucking used. You know,
Yeah.
everyone has one, and they're like, oh, well, how am I going to make use out of these? And then, yeah, they're going to use this.
If this was in my house and a new person was coming into my house, I'd be like, oh, thanks for letting your kid hang out with my kid. Come here, I want to show you something. And then I would just point at it and be like, so that's mine. All right, let's move on.
All
And
right.
that was it. That would be the whole tour of the house. I
Yeah.
would just be like, look at this. Now go back to the front door. Okay, bye. You know, that would be it. Just to let you know, we're fun here, okay? Jeez.
V8's still writing songs about the SpongeBob one. If adult entertainment is something you wish, then get on your knees and beg for a bitch. Beg for it, bitch. Drunk Bob, no pants. Drunk Bob, no pants. V8
really
said, sorry, I had to
good.
post the Drunk Bob song. Ern says the real gamble is a possible STD from the seat. And I'm pretty sure that this was in like the El Cortez Casino. Like, Ern knows what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, if this was in any place, it'd be the El Cortez. That's a toilet fit for a government assistance apartment, says Paul Cole. He's calling this a Section 8 shitter. So, there's that. And then, so you
What a
guys want
blowhard.
something fancy? I have something fancy for you.
Oh, please go.
It's popping up right now. And I think this is called the Wakanada shitter. Because it's got lions and stuff on it or something. It looks like it's a throne. This is like, you know, they call toilet a throne. This is like the one I'd consider a throne.
In a water closet. Oh my god. Hold on now.
Look at the tile work on that one.
Look at the skulls on it.
Those are lions' heads.
Oh my gosh.
Delane says, I like the corner set up there. Yeah.
Just king shits, you know, just like, yeah, I killed these puppies, you know, and he's like talking to people. They're like, can we leave? He's like, no, not yet. Hold on.
Well, it's funny you say that because, like, here, let me turn this off real quick. He's like, you know, you think when he's like taking a hard shit, he grabs the lion's heads. He's like, you know.
Sticking his fingers in their eyes. For the
Yeah.
power? Yes, go! It's just,
Well, I wonder if, like, do you pull the lion head to flush it? You know what I mean? Is that how you flush it? But if you look closely at the picture, like, you can't see my cursor, but at the front edge where it starts to curve, look at those
Yeah.
tiles that are missing. This guy's taking some massive fucking hard shits in there. You know, so hard
yeah.
that he's kicked the tile off.
he's burning it. He's
Yeah.
burning it. I mean, yeah, you've earned that seat. If that's your
Yeah.
throne, if that's your commode, you've earned it, you know? Like, you've really put in the effort to get there. I was going to eat during this, but this is great. Oh, man. I'm alive. I'm back. Thanks.
Delane says that's for sure a Lannister toilet. This is where Tywin Lannister got shot by Tyrion. Let's see. There's always the solid gold toilet, says Mallory. Delane says it's up in Castle Rock for sure. Jay says it's in the corner to save space for all the vooping activities that can take place in the bathroom.
Why would there be vooping? This is Game of Thrones. There's no voops.
Colorado says it looks like someone spreading their legs. I got one for you. You'll see. Shay says, is it sitting on plywood? No, that is top tier painted concrete epoxy.
That's legit. That's legit.
Paul says, now that's a toilet fit for shit. Ian deleted his thing. And then V8 says, you gotta earn it. All right, we're taking too long on these. All right, so here's the one I think Sewer Rug would really enjoy. It's popping up for you. It just seems like his kind of thing. Like, you know, if Sewer Rug was locked in a client's basement
Okay.
for like 6 months and he got tired of
Yeah.
laying on the floor and peeing, I think this is what he would do.
What's
You know,
better
this
than
is-
laying on the floor? What do we got?
Yeah.
Can't believe I tell people this. Yeah, I laid on the floor and peed. It's how I got by. It's no big deal. It's the truth. Oh my god. It seems like something I would make in Zelda. In Tears of the Kingdom. Just flip some shit around and be like, there we go. That's that's particle board. That's not even real ply. That's it's got a flexi seat.
Colorado says that would break under my fat ass. Delaney says, "Oh my god, that's some MacGyver shit for sure." Shay says, "I like the foot grips," and you know I didn't even notice that until just now.
Well, just why are you using a safety cone so traffic doesn't hit you while you're shitting? Like, it's obvious, you know. Those are the 28s. Those are the nighttime.
I think
cones.
it doubles as like a wet floor sign, so that someone comes in and slips, they can't sue you.
After you shit, you just flip the cone. You're like, dangerous, wet in here. Sorry, there's no actual plumbing. I was just shitting on the ground. So flip the cone and go, it's wet for the next couple hours, and then I'll flip it back.
I like how it's like it's framed into like a concrete structure though. Like it's.
I really hope it's in the cellar underneath the basement of a house where it's like, who goes down here? This guy does.
Yeah. And here's
That's
my
it.
thing is like, how do you flush that? What if you had a sticky like shit? You know, it sticks to the side. Do you have like do you push it down with like the broom or like the work broom, the push broom? You know what I mean?
Instead of a roll of toilet paper next to it, there's like a spray can of canola oil.
Yeah.
You just gotta grease
Some
it.
Pam.
You gotta Pam it before you go. That's the
Paul
worst thing.
Cole says, just don't poop too fast on that one. It might fill up and kiss you.
Oh god.
Shay says, caution, shit ahead. Colorado says, I'd be scared the cone would come out. Yeah, like, well, like, do you think since it's attached to the wood, you just pull the whole thing out, you know, and then it like drips like the dirty trash bag that you put too much food in? You know what I mean?
It scares me of all the safety cones I've ever put on my head, or had fun dancing with, or put on my arms. I'm like, these were all shitted in now. You know, that's just the way I see it.
V8 says it's on sliders and a flexible cone in case the San Andreas rips mid-voop. So yeah, this is earthquake-proof toilet, or earthquake-proof toilet. You know.
Arizona Bay, right there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
V8 says that poof knife has a scraper. Delane says you need a shit spatula to go with your poop knife on this one. Let's see. What happens if you get a clog at the bottom? That's the question. Well, actually, think about it. Maybe it's like a toothpaste tube. You squeeze the cone. You know what I mean? Just to get the shit to go down.
Top.
Yeah.
Hopefully, no one's like construction knowledge and knows about the material. What do we
Yeah.
got?
Ern says that's plywood. Notice the lines on the edges. Stronger than MFD. I think he means MDF. Maybe not stronger than OSB, but more comfortable. I think it'd be a smoother, you know?
What? I didn't want the breakdown. I didn't need to. Like, they're shitting on wood, man. That toilet seat hopefully was sanded with 3000 grit, or else we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
Jay says, use a poop knife, Delane. Ern says, 1 inch square stock holding it up. That's pretty quality built. Yeah. I gotta tell you, like, whoever reused those bunk bed frames they were keeping for this, you know, had it right. So up next, I have this one. I don't know what the fuck to call this one.
Okay.
It reminds me of, like, maybe like a squidussie? Like a squid pussy? I'm not sure. Or maybe this is like a, what are those called? Clam? When you open up a clam? You know, but this toilet gives me these toilets and urinal gives me nightmares.
Jeez.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know. I like
Okay.
that they match the colors. Everything's bronze, but
I think the guy is a dad, and he's like, "Oh, I'm pretty handy. Oh, the kid likes the movie Cars. I'm gonna make him some toilets." And like, he just messed up. He just didn't. Or he's a hunter. He's a hunter. This was his prize. He's like, "You should see my buddy, the Lion King. He shits like a pro. You know, I'm more of an antler ox type of guy. I'll take care of these. You know."
Delane and Ern says that they're orchids. Ben says Trimmers Bathroom Edition. This is the Trimussie.
Don't vibrate your shit. It's bad news.
She says it looks like a circumcised toilet. What kind of
Oh, no.
circumcisions have you seen? And I'm so sorry.
And I definitely can't lay down and pee on that wall one. That's
Yeah.
an angle I just can't hit. I just can't hit. I don't
Delane
like
says
that.
it's probably made by someone like the mom from Beetlejuice. Very artsy. V8 says that's Craven the Hunter shitter. I was thinking like something like that. But like, here's my questions: like those side flap things that go off to the side, and then why does it have a G spot over the urinal? You know what I mean?
It's like the thought process was really great, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do these Huntsman fucking shitter and urinal, and it's gonna be great." And then the wife's like, "Well, are you gonna change the tile?" He's like, "No. We'll keep the '90s tile, but it's gonna be a hunter bathroom." So he installed those, and it's like, yeah, but you still have ducks on the fucking hand towels by the dialed dish soap. You didn't do it. You didn't finish. You didn't fully commit. But the carpet under the commode, that's the fucking ultimate sin right there. I don't know who would do that. Let's put a
No,
rubber.
that's definitely tile, but that's the tile from a '90s Wendy's.
Oh, speaking of Wendy's, I better get this burger.
Delane thinks the one on the wall is actually the sink, and I guess that would make sense, but it just looks too urinal-y to me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there you go. Jay says, "Why does a urinal have a clit?" Shay says, "Elden Ring toilets." Yeah,
I can't find it. What?
yeah. I thought the
I can't
G
find
spot
it.
was where all the homies hung out. I don't know. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, besides my urge to want to eat some smoked baby clams, up next I have one for you that kind of fits into the Sewer Rugs theme of the guitar stuff. A Lars Ulrich toilet. So you can take a shit with your favorite drummer.
God damn it. I hope it's his face, just an open mouth.
It's worse.
Can't be worse than
It's
that.
about to pop up for you. Oh, it's way worse.
I doubt it's worse than that. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, it gets worse. Oh no.
Why did they
no.
have to give him the Barbie dick? You know what I mean?
Why?
Like, why does he have the Barbie bulge? Like,
Why does he have the Muppet's face? What the fuck? Oh no. Poor Larsy.
all I know is Shay says, "Welcome back, Snorkel."
That's not Snorkel. Got good hair, but that's not Snorkel.
Jesus Christ, Delane says, "Can we get a Henry Cavill version?" No.
I think you should straddle that commode. You know?
Colorado says, "You're in a rush and the sticks go up your ass." V8 says, "I've told people Lars was a piece of shit for years. Here's proof." Jay says, "Does he hug you when you're vooping?" What's scary to me is like I like to put like my ass on the back part of the toilet seat. So like when you do it, does his like Barbie bulge like just lock into your top butt cheeks?
It like lines you up. You're like, all right, center. Found center.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You're a guest at this house. 3 a.m. You go pee. You turn on the light. What do you see? Fucking creepy Lars like that? Like from the Dark Crystal? That's too much, dude. That's way too much. I don't care how much of a fan you are. That's obsessive. That's done.
What I want to know is the drumstick supposed to be like the euphemism for his dick? And that's why he's holding it at that angle?
Oh, like, look at my drum car. Yeah, I get it. Still, the muscle structure is all weird. He's got a knot in his arm. I just can't. Just the leg.
It's bad. Like, why does he have those fucking like the sweat like, you know how like your elbows and like when you get older they get darker, you know, and stuff and like all that. Why has he got the brown stain? Anyways.
That's because no one cleans that part of his arm. Oh my god. All the spiders are just like, this is where we hang out, and this is what we have, and this is life, and it's okay.
Yeah. So that was Squatters. You know, hope you guys enjoyed. You know, maybe give you guys some inspiration ideas. If you guys decide to bedazzle your toilet, make sure to share a picture. I don't care if you flush or not, you know. But Ern says, "What do you think it's made out of? Paper mache?" I think it's Play-Doh, bro. Like the way it looked, and like the way his face had that old lady on Facebook 3 face filter kind of thing on it. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, anyways, last but not least, we have some boat parts for you guys. So let me go ahead and toss up the bumper, and we'll get into it. Jay says, "Where's his other hand? He's gonna give you a reach around or wipe your ass when you're done."
I hope that toilet plays Ride the Lightning every time you flush it.
Yeah. Shay says it was holding a poop knife. All right. So if anyone that's new here, we play a little game called Boat Parts. Basically, I find items on Craigslist, and you guys bid on them. It's Price is Right rules. Can't have the same bid as someone else. Whoever gets closest without going over wins that item. And yeah, You could snipe. You could do 1 cent over someone else's bid. You could do 1 cent below. You could do anything you want. But basically, you just can't have the same bid. And I find these gems of items on Craigslist for you to bid on. So, up first for you guys, let me go ahead and put it on the screen. Is we have a black Lamborghini, a vintage, black Lamborghini poster from the 90s. Let me edit this transform real quick. While you guys are bidding on that, we'll do a live edit. So, yeah. No, I didn't mean to make that go full screen. What am I doing?
Not giving away the price, I hope.
No, absolutely not. Let me fix this for you guys. But yeah, as you can see on there, I didn't do multiple images of this because it's basically the same picture, just like when they used flash and when they didn't. Shay coming in with a hot 5 cents. Colorado says 69. V8 says $1. Jay says $70. And you gotta think, this is from the 90s. This is back when like Lamborghinis were cool and not every rapper had one and a McDonald's meal. You know what I mean?
You said black Lamborghini. What I didn't hear was poster. Is it a? It's a.
It's a banner, like a vinyl, like a thing you'd hang up at the racetrack. I guess I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like the football players run through, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Like Eric Banner. I get it.
Jay says 70. Ian says 50. Bob. Colorado said 69. Shay said 5 cents. Ern says $200. Got to be overpriced. It's Lambo. You know, you could be right. Sewer Rug. In your cool shop shed, you're going to put this up even though you don't drive a Lamborghini. How much are you paying to show this off in your... Shay says shower curtain. Say that again?
No, I'm going to do you one better. I'd buy this for $52. And I would put it in the microwave and shrink it like you would do the bags of chips when you were younger and make skateboards out of it. I'd fucking do that in a heartbeat. Vinyl. Fuck that. It's
all right.
My skateboard.
And Paul Cole says 40. So the actual retail price for this banner is $280.
Holy Ern.
So Ern was right. It's got to be overpriced because that's fucking overpriced. It's literally just like, you know. V8 says Lambos are overrated. We smoked a Diablo and a Ford Ranger with a 5-speed. Well, yeah, it's a fucking Ford Ranger.
He's talking a different language. I don't understand anything.
All right, up next we got for you guys a 1981 Master Fabricator's Boathouse. 1981 Master Fabricator, 51-foot steel pontoon houseboat. Martini Time is the name of it. Kept with pride of ownership. Renovated with new waterproof vinyl plank floor. Custom installed backsplash and counters. If you look at the picture of the counters in the kitchen, it's nicer than some apartments I've been in. Mm-hmm. Full kitchen with microwave, stove, and oven. And 2 refrigerators. A propane barbecue outside. Working slide with water jets. Full bathroom with tub and shower. Sleeps 4 in beds. Plus room for at least 4 more on the pull-out bed and the floor. Countless more could fit on the roof deck smiley face. 2 working AC units and 1 is new within the past 2 years. Also, I had to cut it out, but the price for this includes the slip fee.
The slip fee?
Yeah.
What's the slip fee?
So a slip fee is like when you are at a dock or a marina or whatever. That's like the cost of you keeping your boat there.
What if you're buying the boat and moving somewhere else? Does the slip fee transfer?
Being on Lake Mead, the Hoover Dam stops you from really going anywhere.
Okay. That's it. That's the end of it. Got it.
Yeah. So if you look at it, you know, the rooftop at the bottom in the middle looks cool. The bottom left is where your view. The bottom right is the picture of like a TV over a counter, and that's one of the fridges. There's obviously a picture of one of the big beds, the kitchen, and that's the outside. I mean, granted, you know, like someone said in chat, this looks like a nice divorce guy's house, you know?
Sure.
Colorado says 150,000. Shay says 50,000. V8 said 15K and divorce papers. Jay says 250,000. V8 says Ern could live in that. Ern says 40,000. Paul Cole says they can lick my banner. Ern says I could definitely live in that. Ian says 80K. Mallory says, ain't Lake Mead almost all mud now? A couple more years it will be. Give us a couple more years. V8, Ern says, that's not Lake Mead. The water isn't black. It's by the marina where they pour in the Kool-Aid. So, you know. So, Sewer Rug, there's somebody out in the middle of the ocean and they have like for some reason their sewer's not working. How much are you going to pay to use this boat to go on an expedition to fix their pipes?
You ever seen those really cool YouTube shorts where the guy goes, I'm going to start with this poop knife and I'm going to work my way up to a boat. I'm going to go through those steps and trade him the Lamborghini banner for the boat. And he's going to go for it because that's reality.
$280. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So the actual price being sought for this divorced dad houseboat is $35,000. And Paul said $100K and Delane said it at the same time that I put it up. So she hadn't seen it yet because I'm looking at the mini screen. Delane got it right on the nose.
Right. Good job, DeLorean.
Yeah.
Your new boat.
Yeah, so now we got to get married and I can divorce you and go live on your houseboat.
Yeah, sinking ships. Quick as can be. Can't be a pirate on there, though. There's a slide. You can't be the toughest boat in the water with a slide.
Well, what if it like it had blood coming out of it or something, or gold?
If you were playing Linkin Park all day, just Hybrid Theory all day on that boat, maybe. Then I'd believe it. Then I'd believe it. I'd be like, badass, watch out.
V8 says it's rigged. Up next, I got something just for you, Sewer Rug. So Delane won her houseboat. Delane said, absolutely not. You keep your Xbox and I keep my boat. I don't want your boat. Boats and hoes, she says. A 1985 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES Ultra original.
Yeah. That is
great condition despite its age. If you look at it, there's no smoker's patina on this thing. The label...
Look, phenomenal. It's not torn. Mine was torn at the top from all the rubbings.
Yeah, you know, there's no spit. No spittle at the bottom of it from like when it didn't work, so you blew in the cartridge. You know what I mean?
Q-tip sticking out of it. Yeah.
No toothpaste on it. You know, nothing. Looks like a pretty nice, you know, cartridge. Like, you know, they took care of it.
And where is this? This is in Pahrump?
This is in Las Vegas.
Damn it. Okay.
If this is in Pahrump, it'd be an ashtray and it'd say Deborah on it.
Okay.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Deborahs. Yeah. So. Yeah. V8 says it's rigged, and Delane's right. I never let her win anything, so it's definitely not rigged. So we got V8 with $45. Jay says $80. Paul Cole says that SpongeBob toilet should be on that houseboat, and I don't disagree. Shay says $35. I think that houseboat probably has a toilet like the cone though, because like it's going straight into the ocean or whatever. You know what I mean?
Dave Matthews style. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. And how dare you bring up that SpongeBob toilet? Let that shit sail. Ship sail. Sorry.
Shay says $35 for the Ninja Turtles cartridge. Since you are while chat catches up, a Ninja Turtle aficionado, Sewer Rug, what would you pay for this mint condition cartridge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I want to give an honest, serious bid. The exact number that they are requesting is what I want to give. So whatever the exact number they are requesting is my bid.
Oh, okay, cool. Paul Cole says $10. So the actual retail price looking for this Ninja Turtle cartridge is $39.
Son of a biscuit. Who was at 35?
Shay.
That's so Shay.
That's so Shay, yeah.
I wanted that. I was close, but Shay got it.
Delane said 23. It's a little late though.
Why would you bid so low, DeLorean? That's the Ninja Turtles. That's the one you got to surf in that. You got to skateboard in that. Oh man. Oh, shell shock. And your pizzas and shell shock. You know, over and over.
All right, so up last.
Shay. God.
Yeah. Good job, Shay.
No.
Up last, we have it's a reduced 1966 Chevrolet Chevelle SS396, rust-free, and it's not bisexual. It's straight in Arizona.
Rust-free, you say?
Yeah, rust-free and straight.
What is
So, the only description it has is this drag. It's all in caps, so excuse me. This drag race car is located in Arizona. It is rust-free and straight, and then asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. So I put a couple pictures up here for it. This is the pictures they provided. It's got Eagle Goodyear tires. I don't know if that's a good one. I don't see any rust on this thing.
What he says. What was Chevelle's big hit though? So lay down and go pee.
I think it was like, you remind me of what I really am.
Oh yeah. Thought it was lay down and go pee. That's
Yeah.
better.
Or they had that song, it's like, do you feel like a man when you break her down or something, you know?
Oh yeah. No, that's a different one. But same thing.
That was a
Same
red
thing.
jump shit octalictopus.
It's like a Three Doors Hoobastank, Chevelle kind of thing.
I saw, while chat catches up with bids, I saw a meme that said Incubus is for people who thought about doing shrooms.
We just want to test the waters. Whoa.
So in chat, we've got V8 with 36,000, Shay with 55,000, Jay says 50,000, Ben with a cool 12,000. I mean, look at the hood. It's not the same color, but it doesn't matter because it's got those race lines on it that look like the shorts that all the dudes wore that went above their knees in 1970s.
I'd offer him $5,000 and message him and say it's not straight. $5,000. Best
You would
offer.
lowball him.
Yeah. Hey, $5,000, man. It's not straight. Best I can do.
You message him. That car looks pretty gay to me.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Looks a little softy. Can't do it. $5,000. Best offer. Take it or leave it.
Ben says 12,000. Paul Cole says 45,000. So I'll wait for chat for one more second. But look at the lift on that thing. The front wheels, they're so tiny. You know what I mean? I think like this definitely would be like something that Dom Toretto would drive in Fast and Furious 7. You know what I mean?
He takes off his bifocals. It's getting serious now.
Yeah.
Family.
If Delaney wins this too, she could tow her boat with it, says V8. So
I wish the description was like lightly used. Grandma drove it her whole life just to the grocery store and back. Like that would be the sweet spot.
my grandma had one of these, dude. She used to drive it to the grocery store.
Yeah, that's the one I want. Not the it's straight. Okay, bud. Cool. I see your Bud Light. You're tough. My bad. My bad. God.
Ben says not in the greatest condition. Mallory Gates says they made a gasser. I just want to know, like, it says like a 396 or whatever, but does it do anything? Dylan says I won't be bidding on this. So the actual suggested price was Delane says I like my cars to be one solid color and gay as fuck. So there you go.
Missing out.
Is $8,950. Everyone overbid on this one.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, so I guess you won it, yeah.
Cool. It's not straight, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's what I tell him.
So you think like when you get into it, because it's a straight car, and then like it goes places, and it drives by a gay bar and then it hits everyone that's out front, it runs them all over.
He just veers.
Yeah.
He goes, what are you doing?
Like the
Just-
Transformers and stuff. There's a guy drinking a latte and it's like,
No. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
smash.
just trying to do it. Yeah. So congratulations, Sewer Rug. You've won this car. I don't know what you'll do with it, but maybe you could drive it down in the sewers. Like that'll have to be the next Fast and the Furious movie. At this point, they've already went to space. I think they flew by the ocean. Like, what's next?
I want them to be in a jungle. And Dom be like, there's too many trees. How are we
And
going
then
to
the Rock comes out because it's a jungle movie. So yeah, that makes sense.
And he's a gorilla. He's like, Rampage. Can't drive out of these trees. And Dom's like, how did we get the cars here in the first place? Yeah.
Ben says I'd buy that and show up wearing some Pride merch. But oh, that's a nice car.
That's for me. Yeah.
That thing is giving me for real. Like, V8 says you're gonna lay in it and piss in it.
That's my new piss spot.
You turn it into like a piss ran engine. Like,
Dude, I'm gonna start trying to lay down and pee as much as possible. I recommend every guy try it at least once. Just lay
I've
down
been
and-
drunk before. Like,
I haven't. Not enough to lay down and pee. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much.
all right, that was boat parts. That's all we got for you guys tonight, and we went longer than I thought we would. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, there is that.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Oh yeah.
No. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sewer Rug.
Thanks for having me once again. And stay tuned, because next week we got a doozy for you. That's right, me, Sewerrug, this guy over there, Vandal. Stay tuned.
I like how you did my voice on this one, so I guess I'll do your voice.
That was even you.
Shay says, I didn't pee the bed. I'm trying to lay down and pee. Dillian says, I will not be bringing home Wendy's. Well, fuck you. Good thing Uber Eats exists. But yeah, thank you for joining for the show. Anthony is going to be out for a little bit. He is dealing with some stuff. It's up to him to tell you guys about it, but he's not dead, so he's not locked in the basement or anything like that. So, but he'll be back. He just needs some time to rest up and heal. So if you guys want to send him love, you can on his Instagram. I'm _Anthony Ramella. And if you're ever looking for weed or weed-related products, you can order online, and they ship everywhere. Rogueshop.com. They have a bunch of discount codes. I'm not a good friend. I don't remember what they are. So ask Anthony when you reach out to see how he's doing. But other than that, we'll be back next week. We have some stuff already planned. We'll make up some stuff. I don't fucking know what we'll do. Maybe we'll touch tips. Maybe we'll be into that. Maybe the circumcision thing toilet will happen again in real life. I don't think so, but I did stick a firecracker in my foreskin once, and it does look like that. So anyways, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next time. V8, watch the beginning of the show. We already addressed that. And go fuck yourself, V8. How about that one? No. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.